everyone, welcome back. We are moving the piggies over to the pond. Come on, bub. So we're in the pond right now. We have a pond that kind of has like two basins, and so the boys are in one and the girls are in the other. And Josh and I were talking last night where we were trying to remember why we didn't put them on the pond sooner, but I think it was because we were hoping to get stock runs this year and hoping to keep the frogs and the fish alive, but that didn't happen, and so the pond is empty. And so we decided to put the pigs on. So they'll be here for about a month before the irrigation water comes on. But the reason that we put the pigs on the pond is so that they can help seal it. So we have a little bit of a leaky pond. The pond is mostly sand and lava rock, so it's quite porous. And so pigs make really great pond sealers because they contribute not only their poop, but also, you know, they're so big and they've got these tiny little hooves, and so they make really good earth compactors. We actually tried this a couple years ago, 3 years ago or so, I think. We tried this with other pigs. We had 6 pigs that we were raising for meat, and Josh read in a book somewhere, I think it was a Joel Salatin book, but he read in a book, you know, if you have a leaky pond, put pigs on it. And so we tried it with those 6 pigs, and we could not believe the difference that it made. That next season, when our water came on, the pond held water so beautifully. So the coonies here, there's only 2 of them in each basin, and they're only going to be here for a month, but we figured we might as well put them to work while we can, and then we'll move them off once the water starts to flow fully. But before I moved the pigs, I did a little prep work in the pond. So the first thing I did was spread some bentonite clay down in each basin of the pond. We had some leftover bags from a different project, so I spread that and then just kind of raked it in a little bit to help with the sealing. And then I just set up the fencing. We use the 4-foot high poultry netting for a lot of our mobile fencing needs, and it works out really well. We also decided to do a little bit of burning beforehand. We realized that there was a little too much brush to set up the fence and have it be properly charged, so we just did a little bit of burning. We've also been busy getting this one area of our property all prepped and planted. We have an area on the property that's about 13 acres, and it's not irrigated. So many years ago, like over 20 years ago, it was kind of extractively farmed, so all the native stuff was removed, all the trees were cut down, and it was farmed, and then it was neglected for like 20 years, and it received no water, nothing. And so it's mostly cheatgrass and field mustard have kind of overtaken that 13 acres. It's kind of speckled with some rabbit brush, but it's mostly just some weeds. And so what we like to do is plant something out there that is a quick germinator, something that doesn't need a ton of water to germinate. And we do that so that it acts as a cover crop, but it also acts as some competition for the cheatgrass and the field mustard. And so last year we planted rye, and that worked out so beautifully. This year we had a hard time finding rye seed, so we went with triticale, which is kind of a variety of wheat. So we'll see how the triticale does, but hopefully, if anything, it'll compete with the cheatgrass and it'll act as a cover crop and eventually add some fertility back into the soil. We're still waiting for Penny to go into labor. The breeder that we got these goats from, he said his average for his herd was 152. So we're thinking it'll be soon, any day now, that she'll go into labor. So we're really excited about that. We've been kind of getting everything ready and just making sure that if we need to separate Candy just for a couple days, we have everything for her that she'll need. Well, thanks everyone for watching. That's it for this week. Our next video will be up soon, and it will include the newest addition to the farm, our sweet little goat babies.